Alright, Buzz, welcome back. We are ready to hop on into map number 3 of this series between Complexity and ATK. It's going to be Complexity on the CT side after coming out on top of that knife round. ATK on the offense. Who's going to be the one to take this series? Who's going to be the one that continues on in the qualifier? And who's going to be heading home? Figuratively, of course, because it is an online qualifier. I'm sure most of these guys are already home or else in like gaming houses, etc. But yeah, here we go. Def picking up a CZ and a smoke and a flash then for Stanislaw as well. There's no defuse kit in play for the CT side. That could be dangerous, but let's see how it's going to go. A quick play looking to come true from the T's straight towards B. Def right now, he's the one that has to try and hold it down. That CZ in hand gets one, but he will be traded back, and then Stanislaw takes a lot of damage in towards the spawn as well. Sick towards construction, trying to play around that smoke. The bomb is going to go down, but a 4-on-4. As I said though, without a defuse kit, that's when it becomes difficult. Once that bomb gets planted, a nice trade from Ricky towards Banana at least. But still, it's going to be tough. The bomb's slowly ticking away. The T's just have to try and play time on it. JT up close with the P250, shuts down Sick as he pushes in. Takes the peek towards Banana to find the info. Stanislaw, he's already low in the spawn. This is difficult because they know the positions of both players right now and they can just really focus in on it. Stanislaw gets one, but the bomb's already ticking so quickly that I just don't know if it can be done anymore. The smoke needs to go down right now, and oh my god, how did they actually manage to find those frags? Unfortunately, still not having time for the defuse. But I didn't even expect them to get quite that close. Stanislaw falls back and saves the smoke and flash at least. As does Ricky, of course, with his Kevlar. There we go, the force spike coming through from Complexity again. We've seen them manage to make it work in the past. Is that going to be the case now? ATK have gone for a pretty safe buy with the 3 rifles actually coming through. A couple of SMGs. It's UMPs, so even then they're decent weapons at range. So let's see how it goes. Up against the Scout and a UMP, an MP9, a Deagle, and a CZ for Complexity. Of course, that man advantage early on found by Ricky, certainly nice, able to stop anything from being found over towards Banana in terms of control for the D side, so it makes it a little bit awkward for them. They are able to go back now and work their way in towards brackets. And I feel like at this point their only real option is to take it towards the A-bomb side because they don't really know if anyone can still be pushed up close on Banana. Ricky actually is going to begin to push in just as the player who had been holding it for the T side as well falls back, so yeah, potential now for a quick flank even to come true, but they also could split it towards B. This could get dangerous. Apologies. Sonic able to find one before Ricky trades it back again. But as I said, now the split towards B actually is going to be coming true. That's a little bit of an awkward flash, unfortunately. Luckily enough, no one in construction anyways, but Sick towards the Banana position was able to actually spot them pushing in, positions himself in pool. And all 3 ATK players actually coming out through this choke point right now. It could get dangerous, but Sonic connects that opening shot on the Sick. Now the bomb going to be planted. Ricky with an MP9 long range from Banana is in a tough position, but he gets flashed in to get the frag on Sonic. Low HP for Dumpster as well. This is getting dangerous right now. That's 4 for Ricky already. He wants the ace at this point. A 2 versus 1 for Black Poison to try and pull off. He's been spotted in construction. Ricky up close. The flash going to go through. But Black Poison does find that one frag, and now he just has to try and play the time. There's no kit in play for Shazam. Doesn't manage to connect that shot either. Black Poison just needs to keep playing the time on the bomb, but it's not going to happen. Shazam comes out clutch, and Complexity pick up the force buy. Again, ATK aren't able to actually capitalize on that pistol round. They aren't able to convert on it. They let it slip away. That's Complexity there again. They've been pretty successful with them throughout this series. I believe back on map number 1 they were able to pick up that force buy after losing the pistol as well. And ATK are actually just going to go ahead and take the eco. I'd like to see that. They're going to get the buy in the next round. They're able to buy up utility, at least in this one. P250. If they can get the bomb planted, then they're in a pretty good position. this could be dangerous. He getting aggressive. Again, up against the Capital Artist opponents, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but let's see. Flash goes in, absolutely perfect. Sick with that, able to clean up the remaining 3. And that is Complexity shutting down the eco from ATK. Again, they were looking for at least a bomb plant to come through, so haven't actually invested around a little over $1,000, I believe, into that utility, and also the P250. They would have been hoping for at least a frag or 2 to come through to make it somewhat worthwhile, but sadly not successful. But again, coming into this first gun round now, similar to what we've seen back on Mirage rather. Complexity, they do keep some of those weaker weapons in play, but this time it's only 2 SMGs. They have the M4s, they have an AK, and even then they still have enough money in the reserve to actually be able to buy in this next round, even if they lose this one. So this is a real good opportunity for Complexity, especially if they pick up this opening gun round, and that's some good damage already to kick it off. Fady dropped to 25. It looks like actually we're going to see Complexity take a bit of a gamble as well, risking a stack over towards A. They've left Sick alone at the top of Banana. He's been actually flashed off the angle though, so at that you do see Ricky rotating back over now. Making a lot of noise though in the process, and then making noise running back as well, so I don't know really if it's going to give over much info to ATK. Shazam was moving slightly, and I think that's actually what allowed for the bullets to connect onto Fady. He was low HP already, of course, so only the 1 actually needed to land. Wild peek from Shazam then in towards middle is successful. JT trades one back, but as you can see, Ricky already rotated back over towards B. Doesn't have any utility though, so if CT gets smoked off, he'd be in a tough position trying to really get anything done. Question is it going to be a B commitment? I feel like they might want to consider taking it back over, but let's see. They actually are indeed. Smoke goes out towards A. They're going to begin to fall back down. That Molotov on short, I guess that kind of helps ATK a little bit. I was going to say I could leave Complexity thinking that maybe they're just slowed down by the Molotov when they're actually making their way back towards B. But they made their presence known, rather, of course, with that smoke going down, and the Shazam gets through the smoke. It's all on Dumpster in a 1-on-4. Gets the first, but he only has 10 seconds left, so I don't think he can do much. Tries to get the bomb down, and he will just be pushed. 3-1 for Complexity, keeping 3 alive, keeping all the rifles in play. They only lose the SMGs, in theory anyway, because I believe some of the SMG players did just upgrade onto the rifles. Of course, ATK now just back on the eco again. CZ, a P250 being upgraded, 1 flash. Grouping up in the apartments means they probably do want to try and just flash out over the balcony and see if they can overwhelm the players in the pit. So let's see how that goes. It is actually going to be the case. Stanislaw, though, he actually manages to get a couple of easy frags just because I believe it was Dumpster got kind of stuck in the smoke. And with that, they get dumpstered because Stanislaw finds 4. Only JT remains. That's not the case for very long, as it's a quick 4-1 lead right now for Complexity. Of course, guys, this is only the first best of 3 of the night. We do have Ghost versus Lazarus coming up after this one. That isn't for another hour, I believe, so we should hopefully be fine to hop into that one, because I know yesterday we did end up missing a map in the ATK versus Int series just because the Ghost versus Envy game went on quite long. But I think we should be fine in this one unless we see like maybe a few overtimes or something. But there we go. Sonic finds the opening frag into this round, at least catches Shazam trying to peek towards Banana. And that's a decent start now. ATK for the first time, I believe, actually finding an opening frag into a round. At least with the guns in their hands here on Inferno. Ricky does manage to retrieve that op as well. We'll be able to use that, of course, quite efficiently. A very solid offer. Spots the shoulder of JT and quickly drops him. I don't think that peek was really needed from JT right there. I mean, at least wait for a flash from his teammate. Especially when they have the 5-on-4 in their favor. He just gives the frag back over to Complexity. I mean, a 4-on-4 does still tend to favor the T side. In theory, they should be still the ones that are looking a little bit better. But, I mean, having Fady solo and HB, Sonic slightly tagged up as well. But a positive is they group up on Banana. Ricky is actually alone over towards B right now. And his closest rotation actually being on that long corner, so quite far away. Smoke going to come over. Ricky now should be calling for some help. Let's see if he can maybe even find a frag beforehand. Unfortunately, though, blinded up. Tries to get the timing on the shot, but it won't be successful. That's the bomb site under the control of ATK. There we go, the bomb indeed going to go down. Plenty of money in the bank anyway for Complexity, so I feel like they probably will at least try and go for this one. Maybe if they don't find much success quickly, then they could attempt to save, but let's see. Ricky takes a bit more damage from that Molotov, so that weakens him up slightly. Makes things a little bit more complicated on the retake. They also don't have too much utility, bar one smoke and one flash. Sonic should shut down this flank on Banana, and now I feel like that save definitely should be considered. Mixing together should and save. Oopsies. One kill from Ricky. That should give him the ability to back away now with the op. So that is a nice find for sure. Def goes down, as does Sick. I mean, as I said, they can rebuy, but it's not ideal. But they do end up finding one more frag out of it, at least. Fady just about survives on 2 HP. If he had gone down, that would have severely impacted the buy in this round, so fortunately he doesn't. Of course, though, Complexity, they had built up enough money to get that rebuy out, as we said. So straight back onto the ops. They even pull out the double op setup now. They didn't have that in the previous, of course. It was only Shazam. Ricky ended up picking it up off his body. As Ricky, again, has actually been, I was going to say entrusted alone over towards A, but I think, towards B, but I think he's just boosted up. Yeah, he's on the top of the head of Sick, looking to see if he can open up with a frag. Maybe given a chance soon enough. As you can see, there is a couple players coming up Banana, but they are going to be able to flash him back off the corner for now. As I said before, I feel like Inferno certainly could be a really close game. Both of these teams certainly capable on it. Ricky, gets the wall bang. I was going to say could go for it. That's a pretty common position right there where JT was crouched, so a bit unfortunate. His head being the position it tags as well, so he goes straight down. And that's a man advantage in favor of Complexity right now. 5-on-4. Sonic, of course, being tagged up slightly as well. It's not the start that ATK would have been hoping for in a very important round. And there's a quick frag from Dumpster, though. So, returning one. Def goes down on A. That could potentially pull a rotation over as well. Doesn't look like it is going to do too much, though, because Ricky still close in CT. He should be smoked off, though, so I don't think he's going to be able to help too much. It is going to be up to Sick on the bomb site to get most of the work done, as he does get one auto-director deciding that we don't want to see it, though, of course. Traded back and forth as it ends up in a 2v2 after exchanges do end up calming down. But Shazam, he gets dropped. The flank now coming through from Stanislav, being spotted by Sonic, but just as I say that, he does decide to give it up. Probably a little bit safer for them to try and actually just work together, especially with both of them being around half HP. 50 and 51, I believe. Spots at the player in dark. Only has a smoke, unfortunately. If he had a Molotov, he would have been able to find pretty much a free frag. Does get that kill, though, and of course still knows where the final player is. Takes down Dumpster, who goes for the swing. Was hoping to catch Stanislav as he was dropping down off of oranges, but of course that didn't work out. Already tagged up. Stanislav connects the bullets that were necessary and even finds an op alongside the defuse. Complexity, they steal back the round as it was looking like ATK had recovered it. Instead now ATK, even with the bomb plant, I don't know if the buy is going to come true. I feel like an eco definitely going to be the case just because Black Poison and Sonic are low on money. I mean, with the lost bonus built up, they can buy some. JT's able to get an AK, keeps 1200, so he'll still buy in the next round. Sonic invests everything, though, surprisingly. That's a bit of a dangerous investment. Shazam may even open it up with the op, as he does indeed drop Fady peeking into mid. And there's another frag going in their favor with Sick being able to drop JT. Not looking too good for ATK. That's actually a frag for Dumpster. Able to catch that aggression from Def. I don't know why he's getting so aggressive and why he's not being a little bit more cautious as a boiler. The smoke is down on mid now as well, though, for Shazam, so he can kind of focus his attention, stops that weapon from being retrieved. And now it's the 2 versus 4 for Black Poison and Sonic. And there's another from Black Poison, okay. Maybe they have a bit of a chance now. A weapon being retrieved, the AUG picked up for him. 2 on 3, and I mean, the issue though for ATK is the fact, of course, that they can't really go back towards B. If they do, Ricky's waiting on Banana. They don't have all that much time left, but the bomb in apartments, A, certainly looks to be their goal. Sonic and the Black Poison, as we said before, with the rifles now, most importantly. Smoke out a balcony. They should know now that it is going to be this A hit. You see Ricky beginning to go forward, but so does Black Poison, and he takes a frag. Is going to check for this mid flank, but Ricky, he's old and he's not pushing forward. Was waiting to see if anyone got a little bit adventurous and wanted the info. And of course, Black Poison ends up paying the price. It's all on Sonic now, creeping forward. Stanislaw in the bomb site, just hiding and running down the time. I think he may be spotted, or maybe not actually, because of the default box blocking it. So an easy kill on Sonic. And that is 6-2 now. Complexity again managing to edge out a round that was, I mean, at one point looking a little bit awkward for them, but they did of course find the two openings. Then it got a little bit shaky with the trades coming through, but they end up closing it out in the end. The issue is, of course, I mean, ATK didn't fully invest in that previous one. They do even get the op out. It's glass cannon onto Sonic, so that's not ideal, but of course, with how low the money is for Complexity, still if they lose one round, they're put onto an eco, potentially a double eco actually because of 3 players, so they'd probably end up force buying. Is that our boy D? Of course it is. I'm here tonight and tomorrow night as well. Opening frag for Fady. Shazam returns it as the Molotov goes down and Fady tries to push forward through it. He ends up getting quickly taken down. A 4-on-4 now in play. Ricky with his flank could be one to quickly put a nail in the coffin, or it could just be Stanislaw holding it all down from quad. 3 on the M4. Ricky eventually finishes it off as his flank comes to fruition, but it was only needed for 1. 7-2 right now. ATK again looking at an eco. This should be 8-2 before the buy comes back into the hands of the T side. I mean, again, with the lost bonus working, they can at least pull out pistols and Kevlar onto the majority of the players if they want. But they decide against it. They do end up getting body armor onto JT. They get the helmet as well onto Dumpster, so he invests a little bit more with the CZ and the flash coming out. I mean, it's the same investment in terms of the weaponry anyway, but the extra 350, of course, for the helmet. Oh, but there we go. A little bit dangerous on Banana. Fady gets 2 on the Deagle. What is that? The smoke even being picked up to go down. I mean, look at the damage that's been done, but it should at least give the bomb plant over. Molotov, though, could stop it. Not quite. It does allow for Fady to be pushed out into the open and dropped by Def, though. And now it's a 3-on-2. I don't know how much hope I really have for ATK in this after plant. I mean, there's an opportunity for sure, but sadly with Dumpster going down, not being able to find anything in CT, that pretty much finishes that round off, especially as Shazam then takes the final frag on Sonic. Again though, Complexity aren't taking these rounds very clean at all. I mean, Ricky should be dropped over, although rather 6 should be dropped over. Ricky could buy for himself, but if he wanted to get the op out, I feel like it would probably be dropped over by maybe Stanislaw. But they're going to go for the rifles instead. So, I mean, they keep a bit of money in the reserve. They have enough for 1 buy onto the majority of their players, but still in a position where the economy is quite fragile. And this is really looking like it could be a pretty quick map number 3. Fady, though, he wants to quickly shut my mouth. And of course shut the mouth of Shazam. I think a bullet will do so quite efficiently, although a massive hole in your face, I mean, maybe it's all your mouth now, who knows. We've gone a little bit weird with that right there, but it doesn't matter. Complexity, they're looking to try and return the frags right now. Def gets 1, Ricky actually drops the bomb as he managed to emerge above the smoke. The nade going through doesn't really do much damage on the Black Poison, surprisingly, but still the 4-on-3 with the bomb dropped on Banana. This is not looking good for the T side after starting the round off well. Should know 6 in this close corner now at least, but 2 more players back. A little bit of a stack coming in. There was actually an elevated player on top of the wall as well, but he got flashed back off. Black Poison gets 1 before being traded. Before it is traded rather onto Fady. But it's 3 versus 2 now. Black Poison gets another frag. That smoke down up towards the wall stops them from being able to actually help out Sick, who was aggressive, of course. Ricky ends up taking a lot of damage from the Krieg and the Molotov combining. And now it gets dangerous for the CT side. Stanislaw wants to even peek out. Can he put a stop to that carrier of the bomb? Unfortunately, not quite in time. The peak coming in about a second too late. That gives ATK now the room to push forward onto A, but Ricky already rotating over. Hits the leg of Dumpster. Tries to finish him off with the USP, but won't be successful. But he does at least equalize things in terms of the HP. That's a positive. But the bomb is now going to go down. ATK, this is the best chance they've had for a round again in quite a while. Can they do it? Stanislaw and the apartments should put off Dumpster pretty quickly. And that leaves it all on Black Poison on the bomb site. Now they know his position, but of course up against Ricky, who's low. If that up shot is missed, suddenly he has the chance to bring it down to the 1v1. Issue is, Complexity now looking to just work together. We actually do have Stanislaw wrapping back around. Black Poison, oh, he had the chance to line them up, but he didn't expect the second. Ends up getting dropped. And that is indeed going to be the defuse coming through. Stanislaw will be able to retrieve the up over on long as well afterwards. And Complexity again, just about inch around out in their favour. A lot closer than they'd be hoping for, but they recovered it. The buy going to come back through again, leaves them with very little money left in the bank. And on the other hand, ATK continuously with the bomb plants and the loss bonus built up. They're not going to struggle to buy, but of course, struggling to get rounds on the board. That's their main issue right now. Double up setup back out in play right now for Complexity as well. It is a hefty investment, of course. If they lose this round, they could be in trouble, but let's see. Straight out through that mid-smoke, Shazam blinded up. It does cause him to miss that shot. Gets a Molotov down, refaces, and still isn't able to connect the shot. Falls back off, though. Def now has to try and hold it down. He sprays down two players very quickly, as does Stanislaw. And although Sonic eventually gets that one trade, it wasn't before everyone had died on his team, so he was left in the 1v5. First frag found, as is the second on the Stanislaw, but roughly half HP now against 3 still. I don't know, as long as they work together on this retake, as long as they push and trade, then Complexity have an easy time, and indeed that is the case. Sick just takes the headshot. 10-2, double digits already for Complexity. This could be a very quick finish to this map, and a very quick finish to the qualifier for ATK. Buy again for ATK. I mean, that is the positive, as I said. Been able to keep buying with the loss bonus, etc. being built up. The bomb plants coming in relatively consistently. Oh, the Opto over on Banana could have a real chance. Sonic has actually gifted the shoulder of Sick, who obviously didn't expect Sonic to be up so close. Thought the Molotov would be stopping him from being able to actually find that angle, but clearly it did not. A man advantage again for ATK, but how many times have we seen this now here on Inferno so far? And they haven't been able to actually go ahead and convert it into a round win. And this could be dangerous. JT actually going to get flashed in over the wall now. There's a player on sandbags. Ricky on the corner with the op going to get dropped. He clears sandbags as well. Def goes down. And now it's all on Shazam as he gets dropped by JT quickly as well. That's 3 quick entries on B, rather. And with that, Stanislaw now left to save. Finally, they pick up a round. Put a stop to a big streak from Complexity that had come through. Stanislaw actually has 16-3 right now. Having a great performance. M4 being carried over. Shazam will be able to buy for himself. They're going to get $1,400. That means that the rest of the players won't be able to, and of course Stanislaw can't even drop over a rifle, so I don't know. Complexity, I feel like they may be just looking at taking that 1 eco. That's what I want to see anyway. Take the 1 eco, allow for ATK to get themselves a 4th round, and then try and just close it out at 11-4, because that's still a great half for Complexity. I feel like if they just start trying to force up now, then if they lose that force, then ATK probably going to find 5 at the half time. But who knows? We'll wait and see what they decide upon. Who won train? It was ATK who won train. Complexity then came in and took Mirage, and that's why we're here on map number 3. This looks like it's going to actually be a quick play coming through. Complexity, of course, as I said, taking that eco that I would prefer to see. That's a quick dink, though, from Sick. 1 shot fired. Sonic down to 15 HP. That's a pretty decent start indeed. Stanislaw even getting aggressive, should have a finish. I'd like to see him maybe try and get a little bit more out of it, but he just takes it while he can. falls back offensive. Burning down really low, though, because of the Molotov, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'd like to see him give that Deagle over to someone else. Unfortunately, the only other player with Kevlar being Shazam, he's located on B. So for now, he does retain it in his possession, but I feel like even then, he should probably just give it over to Sick. I believe Sick's over in the pit right now. Even without the Kevlar, of course, the fact that he's on 100 HP would have been better than the 20 of Stanislaw. And I say would have, because he tries to peek into apartments and does end up getting dropped. Dean, have you ever clutched through a smoke while streaming in 4K 60 FPS? No, because I've never streamed in 4K. I don't have a 4K monitor. I've just got a BenQ 240Hz and then an AOC 144Hz. All about the smoothness rather than the fidelity. That's what I've always been for games. As long as it feels good, you know. But there we go, being cleaned up right now. Ricky was able to get one more on the P250, but as I said elsewhere, or rather just on the B-bomb site, it is cleaned up by the AKs who have a relatively easy time. Def and Stanislaw left to save. I mean, Def is hoping for a couple of exit frags, but I don't think they're going to come through the CT spawn, so he's probably not going to be given any. Stanislaw, on the other hand, of course, he just wants to carry the M4 over so that he can boost up his own by a little. It'll give him the extra utility, etc. coming out. Maybe means he could actually drop over Def, since he has Kevlar and a Diffuse got already himself, so let's see how it's going to go. But a fourth round being found for ATK either way. If they bring it up to 5, they're in a pretty decent position. There we have it. It is now going to be the full investment coming through. Def did go down, I believe, in the last couple of seconds right there. Didn't really matter. As we said, of course, he didn't really have anything in the round to lose, so not a big deal. But this is the buy now from Complexity into the final round and a half. Can they make it count? Can they take that 11-4 scoreline? I mean, either way, 10 is pretty good, but considering they had a 10-1 lead, 10-2 lead at one point, rather, they probably do want a little bit more. Yo, is this the Goat Caster? Of course. If I'm the Goat Caster, if there was a Welsh Caster, would he be the Sheep Caster? Oh, Black Poison catches Shazam on mid. A little bit unfortunate. He was actually alone. I'm surprised the player on short wasn't a little bit closer to try and at least be able to trade if that was needed, but it is at least returned over towards B from Ricky. The Australian steps up. It's equalized in the 4-on-4, but again, as we said before, the 1-for-1 trade does tend to favor the T side. Weakens up the CT's defense a little bit. As long as the T's stick together, they're always going to have the numbers advantage pretty much towards whatever bomb site they go, unless there's a bit of a stack coming through. So, yeah, good position for ATK right now. Thanks for adding the match score in the top right today. No worries, man. I figured it would be a good idea because people were asking. I don't know why these servers don't have the score counter on the top, you know, like the little stars. But they don't for some reason. Sonic all alone. It's been cleaned up by Complexity right now. I did miss a little bit. Apologies as I read the chat. Silly me. But silly ATK. They try and push into a B bomb site that was heavily defended. But it was only by 2 players initially. They still managed to hold it down though. 11-4 at halftime for Complexity. They'll be happy with the half. And if they pick up the pistol now heading into the second half, then I don't give ATK much hope of trying to pull it back in their favor, rather. And again, this is an elimination match. It's the lower bracket semi-finals. Yeah, I don't know. ATK. They did kind of struggle on Inferno yesterday, as we said. That's why I was a little bit worried when they did end up having that as the decider. But when we went off of recent statistics, off of who's played this map a little bit more in the last 3 months, it was ATK. As we had specified, though, Complexity more so against higher levels of competition overall. So, yeah, it seems like they definitely have been looking stronger here on Inferno. But it's not over. If ATK can get off to a good start here on the CT side, they can certainly work their way back into this. A little bit of a peek from Fady early on to get the info. Was looking to maybe try and take the fight. That would have been risky. I mean, against the Glock at long range, are favoured with the USP, but still, if you get dinked immediately, then without the helmet, of course, the aim punch then could be a factor. Second shot then quickly being connected. It's always risky. With Def right now alongside one teammate, I believe, being Shazam. They are just getting that control quickly over towards the apartments. There's already 3 players pushed up on Banana, so they already have the option to take it towards B. And if they do, it is currently only JT who's there to actually try and defend. He has the full set of utility, at least with a smoke to delay, a nade, and a flash. Are they going to begin to rotate a player back around now is the question, because they flashed into the B apartments. Spotting that no one is actually peeking in towards the balcony or in the hall, they do begin to rotate around a couple of players. One immediately making his way onto the bomb site in the form of Sonic. He wraps around in towards construction. Dumpster eventually coming in as well. The execute now only being prepared from complexity, but yeah, this is going to be a lot more difficult than it would have been if they went in with it maybe 20 seconds ago. Instead, now they have 4 players to contend with. Let's see how it's going to go. Opening frag already found. Dumpster trying to get flashed in through the smoke. Will end up getting taken down. The Glocks, they reign supreme, as it's only Fady that remains. He's on a flank, but sadly without any teammates still in play, it's not going to be an easy one to make the round win actually happen with, rather. Does manage to take down the player who planted the bomb, but not before it was put in place. And as he pushes forward, Ricky, he's there to finish it off. 12-4 complexity. They extend the lead even further. And it looks like we may just see the eco coming through from ATK, so likely going to be 13-4 before the guns come out. If ATK then don't win that first gun round, they could be all over. But yeah, they decide because of that to go for the force buy. Are you from Scotland? No, I am not. I am from Dublin. Not the one of South Sudan. Tez likes to joke around. He always changes the country when someone asks where I'm from. Nice shot from Ricky. Actually, I was going to say Fady had a good position right there on the Deagle, as does Black Poison, but for him, not so as much, because there was 3 players who were ready to peek in quickly, so even if he did end up getting one, it was likely he'd be traded. Sick going to be able to drop Dumpster over towards the balcony, as this force buy finds absolutely nothing for ATK. Apart from that one frag now from Sonic, so, I mean, I've lied to you guys. That is 1 kill. It's better than nothing. But I don't think it's going to give them too much else out of the round. Certainly not the round win, as the bomb is about to go down. This nade could do some good damage as well. JT down to 57, being weakened up even more. I don't think Complexity are going to really try and hunt it, though. Caster has an Irish twang in his voice. I have no idea why that would be. Absolutely no idea. Looks like actually Complexity are trying to hunt it down a tiny bit. At least Ricky is. He's in towards the spawn, not really being too aggressive, I guess, waiting to see if someone would give him a peek. Didn't want to take one himself too aggressively, so will allow for both of those players to carry over what they have, but it's not a lot. A UMP and body armor with a flash and a dig then for Sonic with a smoke. I mean, it gives them a chance at least for some damage in this round. That deagle, of course, going to be dropped over from JT towards Fady. And with the 2 smokes, I mean, if they take a gamble, maybe stack up a bomb site, try and save those smokes till late in the round, there's certainly an opportunity for them to try and make something happen right here. I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Dublin. I mean, it's alright. It's not bad. I've been here my entire life, though. It gets a little bit boring for me. It's also quite expensive. Let's see. A bit of an ace stack is indeed actually coming through. They've left Sonic alone with that Eagle over towards Banana. Black Poison actually did buy up a P250 for himself as well, so there is quite a few pistols in play to back up the UMP. Sonic even rotating back around to A now. Unfortunately, that's as Complexity changed their mind about what they want to do. It was very early on in the round. They didn't really make any commitments towards A other than a bit of presence being shown on mid. And now they work their way up through Banana, and if they commit into B within the next couple of seconds, they should realize that they have a completely open bomb site. Flank though from Fady will shut down that lurker in the apartments, and a quick flank actually coming through from all of the CTs, just pushing straight down middle. This is getting dangerous. Shazam goes down as well. Oh no, what is happening? Sick and Stanislaw, all that remain right now. The bomb should be planted. Smoke going to be dropped towards Banana at least, but it's not great. There's a massive gap. Sick gets one more, but quickly traded. It's all on Stanislaw, tagged up in the smoke and finished off through it as well. It seems like everyone's memeing about them clutching through smokes, and that's exactly what happens right there. Sonic finishes it off. That is going to be a 5th round for ATK. Complexity letting it slip away. Could it maybe cost them the game? I mean, there's still a long road ahead for ATK, but that gives them an opportunity to try and build back into it. The way I say true always gets you. I'm sorry. True? Is that closer? True? It's the THs, man. I struggle with them. It's like when I try to say like 3. I can try. I mean, that probably wasn't as... Normally I'd say tree, which of course doesn't sound right, so I have to try a little bit more to get the TH in there, but for other words, I don't do it too well. Sick. He gets tagged down quite heavily actually to start this round off by a nade, I believe. Dumpster could be in trouble in the apartments, but it could also be the reverse situation, because pushing into the smoke is always dangerous. There's no smoke on Banana, but it's still dangerous as the action comes in. Shazam gets that trade back onto Sonic, and with that Complexity actually do find a 4-on-3. The commitment is actually going to come into B. I mean, a couple players, actually it's not going to come into B, which could be an issue. Dumpster right now, I believe, in the underpass. He has a good opportunity to just try and get the backstab immediately here. Look at this. He could potentially line them up. Oh no, the 8K is dangerous. 3 from Dumpster. That may be what they needed to save this round, because it's only Ricky who remains. Creeping into the CT spawn, 40 seconds remaining, just under that rather, as now he has to go back and try and retrieve the bomb as well. Dumpster has just saved this one for ATK. As Ricky, I don't think it's going to get too much done. He gets that one frag, gets an up as well because of it, but falling off over towards B. I feel like at this point he's probably just saving. There's no way he can retrieve that bomb in time. And that is a difficult one for Complexity right there, just lining up on mid. I don't even know what that country is. Tez. Djibouti? I feel like you made that one up, but you probably didn't. I'm probably just silly, but yeah, what a round. Dumpster, he was the hero of it for sure. But it's been very close again. I mean, this round should be pretty easy for them. Ricky saving over with the op doesn't have any money, so that kind of unbalances the economy going into the next round if they do end up actually losing this one on the Complexity side, which you would expect them to do so. It should be ATK taking a 7th easily enough, unless Ricky steps up massively, which he may be allowed. Had the opportunity there towards the top of Banana. Unfortunately, not going to make it happen. And although the op will be retrieved by Shazam, still, with not really having the weaponry working in their favor for Complexity, also going down into a man disadvantage, just makes things even more complicated. TH doesn't have a T sound at all. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Certainly not for me. Because, yeah, I say it with a really weird... I say it in a really weird way, let's put it like that. 33 and a third, you know? Here we go. ATK, they should have a relatively easy time just holding this one down right now. I mean, Shazam could certainly be a bit of a nuisance with the op. Other than that, though, just Glocks in their hands. As long as Black Poison gets flashed in towards Long, he shouldn't really be in too much trouble either. But Shazam does manage to drop him. JT from the Arch gets one. Fady aggressive on short, has a free frag on Death. As it's left on the Stanislaw and Shazam now. Just under 30 seconds remaining. I don't think they're going to be able to get too much done at this point. I think the op probably... Oh no, wait, do they? Yeah, probably do want to save it over. The issue is then that, of course, they won't be getting any money. So, I mean, at least one of the players has to go forward. The ideal situation right now is that Stanislaw gets a bomb plant and then Shazam can just run away and let them defuse, because they need to get the loss bonus as well. But of course, that's not going to happen. Bomb doesn't go down. Shazam saves over the op. He'll be able to buy Kevlar around it. But I mean, it's still a little bit of a limited buy with Ricky being on 2,500. It's an actual African country. Okay, that makes sense. I don't really know a lot of African countries, so you can give me a break with that one. It's actually, well, yeah, probably like about the actual geography of countries. I guess in Irish Guilds we mostly learned about like some Asian countries and stuff, and then obviously Europe, America. We didn't really learn too much about South America. I know some of that stuff myself, but I mean, I had never heard of Djibouti. Is that how it's pronounced? Nice name though. It actually is quite beautiful. But yeah, 4-on-3 right now in play for Complexity, even with the weaker investment. They actually went ahead and took the eco, which I like to see. Sick has the up right now. Shazam went down, but that wasn't before finding one rather, so he is at least able to keep it in a good position. Sick dropping the up back to Stanislaw. The low HP player wants to try and take the lead on the Deagle. And that's a risky play right there. The bomb actually ends up getting dropped. Luckily, it's behind the wall, and I don't think ATK want to remain aggressive. Caster, what is my Twitch channel? I have two of them. I have ESL_Dean, and then I have just Dean Brown. This is my actual name. Managed to get it. It wasn't taken. I was like, oh yeah, I will take that one, baby. Thank you. Oh, Black Bison actually gets a collateral right there. I was going to say, if he ends up going down without anything, they could be in trouble because Complexity at that point would have had a nice advantage, but he does end up finding two, puts it in the 1 versus 1 now. Def even getting the op retrieved, of course, but he is also slightly tagged up. But against the opper, I guess that's not really too big of a deal. If JT misses a bullet, but he trades out to the AK, caught off guard, gets taken down low, and does he know the op's in play? He definitely does now. 2 bullets, all that needs to be connected for the AK. One of it's a headshot, and indeed, that's what he comes through with. 8-13. ATK again just about managing to inch a round out in favor of themselves. Only keeping one alive, though. I mean, against the eco, they probably would have been hoping for a bit more of a convincing round. But they will be rebuying up. Issue is, of course, it keeps their economy quite modest. Complexity, if they're able to pick up 1, maybe 2 rounds, I think, then they probably would instantly force ATK down onto an eco, rather. Fumbling my words a little bit. God damn it. Is this Dean or Mitch? How dare you think I'm Mitch? I'm Dean. Only messing. Mitch is a nice dude. Mitch is a nice dude. But I'm Dean. Best African country name. Probably agree with that. Sick though. He's pretty sick right now because he found 2 quick kills. Actually takes a third up into his favor. And of course, I guess it's not a big deal. He's just running into the spawn to hold it down. Making sure no rotations can come through. That was a very quick round indeed with the charge just coming straight up through Banana. And already this round confirmed in favor of Complexity. As I said, if they could take 1 or 2, then they do actually run the economy down for the CT side. But if these 3 players survive for ATK at least, then they should be coming into this next one with a pretty solid investment. Issue is, if they lose that one, then Complexity on map and serious point, and ATK on the brink of elimination. Oh. Complexity trying to actually hunt this down. They don't have a lot of money of their own. I mean, that could be a little bit dangerous. They end up losing Def. I don't think anyone else is going to risk dropping their weapons, though, because, as I said, Complexity don't have much money of their own. Didn't want to lose more than 1, maybe 2 weapons max. Oh, Dirty Dean. Why am I Dirty Dean? Caster, do you know any cities in South Africa? Oh, well, I know, like, Johannesburg, right? I don't know anything else. Soz. I believe, well, I guess Cape Town is a city as well, because that would be right. But yeah, an opening again actually being found in favor of Complexity, and for the 2nd round in a row over towards Banana as well. This is a position that is being a little bit exploited by this T side. Certainly could be an issue for ATK. As I said, been able to save over the 3 weapons, gave them the full buy again, but They did run down the economy in the attempt of getting that buyout. Sick able to find one, emerges through the smoke and drops Fady as well. And I feel like this one's pretty much over now at this point. The bomb is going to be planted. Again, the save for Dumpster, and Black Poison going to attempt to come through. But this time, Complexity, they can probably send out their players to try and hunt it down a little bit more. I feel like they can definitely take a bit more of a risk to do so. If there's Black Poison, does that mean that there are other colors of poison? I mean, probably. I'm sure with poison, you can just put some sort of color in it, and it could be any color, you know? I don't think that's really going to stop it from having its effect of killing someone. But yeah, Black Poison, he's the last man standing, will end up getting taken down, so unfortunately no weapons being carried over. 15-8, 7 rounds between these two teams right now. It has to be 7 in a row for ATK to send it into overtime. And it also gives the same amount of attempts for Complexity to try and close it out, and the first of which they're going to be up against a very weak investment. 1 M4, UMP, a couple of CZs, and a P250 with very little utility and no defuse kit. When I read names like that, I'm used to trying to read them with a Y because I'm used to reading Scandinavian languages. So, oops, I just realized I said it like that. Instead of pronouncing it as a J. Oh, Tez is Mexican apparently. I didn't know that. I did not know that, rather. I've seen you chatting in the chat pretty actively. Believe you were here yesterday as well. We still have another day to go, and of course a reminder, this is still the first best of 3 of the night, so we do have, I believe it is Ghost versus Lazarus coming up next in the upper bracket match, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is indeed the upper bracket final, and then we will have, I believe, the lower bracket finals, which will be the winner of this against the loser of the Ghost Lazarus match. So it's looking to certainly be a very interesting night. Traded back by Sick though after they did end up losing Ricky early on. Shazam ends up chiming in on the AWP as well to drop Fady. And the last 3 players actually on this A-bomb site right now, as we do see Complexity begin to run this back over towards Banana, rather. So they should be able to find this B-bomb site pretty easily, and Def can just cut off the rotation and not even give them a chance. This is looking like the end of it for ATK. Their hopes of going to Cologne, they're gone. Completely gone as Def comes through with the 3-5.